It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day 3 in Talmadge in the coral reef. It's been a day. It's been a day. We are just making such incredible progress. You know, it's so funny too. I always, when we get all the rock and everything here, I think, oh, what am I going to do with all of this? And at the end, I don't have enough. I never have enough. Look at, we went through all of that pot rock and I could use more pot rock. But so what is happening right now is the irrigation. Miguel has been working on it all day long. He's kind of coming in behind the designers and you can see we've got black. That's the hard line. That's the water goes through there. And then we've tapped in with our brown poly line. And then we've also got our 1/4-inch line. Sometimes, you know, to irrigate tapestries and kind of smaller, tighter spaces, we'll use a thinner tube for accessibility. I don't think he's got to this yet, huh?
I just did that.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure you're going to be Miguel's best friend.
I know.
But see, you know, you can see like right here, he's got a 1/4-inch line around this euphorbia. This euphorbia isn't going to need, you know, copious amounts of water, so it doesn't need... you know, the 1/4 line doesn't have as much output as the 1/2-inch line does. So some of the plants are not irrigated, the cactus are not irrigated. You know, we're making decisions as we go. Like this podatorum here, I feel like it will get enough water from the water that's being provided to the mangave. So it's kind of water adjacent, and that's fine in some cases. You know, this plant, crazy thing that I got at Al's Botanic Wonders, and we just got a little line kind of passing through. It doesn't need to be ringed individually. So we make decisions as we go. Also, another consideration with the irrigation is, where am I planting? Am I in the bowels of Lakeside and Inland Empire, or where it gets, you know, triple digits? No, I'm in Talmadge. Very, very mild. Climate is, you know, it's always cooler here than anywhere else in town. So irrigation in a garden like this is more about suggestion than anything else. Oh yes, and I brought in the blowfish. Isn't it spectacular? And it was a one-off. To my knowledge, there are no others like that available that I know of. Yeah, that is such a fabulous centerpiece here in this coral reef. So tomorrow I'm going to bring in a lot of different types of bagged rock and fiberglass and slag glass. I probably bring in some shells and some accoutrement from my coral reef at home just for fun. And it's going to be all of the brush strokes. I'm really hoping that we get you know, as close to finished with this irrigation as possible before we leave today. And tomorrow will be more about burying lines and rocking and finish work. So we've got solar lights too to stage. The solar lights are not going to be like low voltage lighting. They're not going to be spotlights. They're just going to give a little illumination, just a suggestion of light. Our client has a big street lamp right here that gives off a lot of light at night, and she didn't want this to be a landing strip, so we're just gonna do, and wait till you see her fixtures. They're so cute. She did so good. So we'll tuck little lights around and about, and yeah. Oh yeah, so another thing that I did today, as everyone was, you know, kind of working, is I was creating shelves and ledges. You know, I was, like over here by this crassula, I created with the pot rock a ledge, because again, coral reef. I want there to be a lot of very delineated elevations in this garden. And that will also be achieved tomorrow with all the different kinds of rock and glass that I'm bringing in. You know, a lot of these little pot rocks have wonderful little cavities in them that I can stuff with fiberglass, or...
And where you're standing now, you created something, it's going to be like a beach.
Oh yeah, you know, and then we'll have areas that are beach-like. And, you know, I didn't want to do anything too dramatic, really close to the sidewalk. This is a very traversed street. There are a lot of dogs that walk on the street. So So yeah.
So cactus hanging over.
Yeah, you know, I've got cactus hanging, plants, you know, like we've planted right up tight against barrel cactus, which we wouldn't normally do in a traditional installation, but being a coral reef, I feel like it's appropriate. So I've got, you know, cactus. I'm thinking also about the future, and I wanted columnars in this garden, and where I didn't have the budget to get really mature cactus specimens, I know what the Pilo and what the Pringlei are going to do. And, you know, like this Pilo here is gorgeous. So I'm thinking ahead of the height that these plants are going to create over the next few years as well. And remember, you know, anytime we want, we can move things around very, very easy. I've got Mission to Mars. I've got Aztec King, you know, some of the really big mangave varieties. I've got a snow leopard. I've got silver fox. I've got jaguar. I've got moon. What's the one with all the spots? Moon glow or moon something? I've got a lot of different types of mangave in this garden. A lot of weird, wonderful euphorbias from Al's Botanic Wonders. Oh, just so much going on. This has just been so much fun, and I'm so in awe of the progress that we've made in just 3 short days. We've got a lot of millii in this garden too, which I think are just going to lend themselves beautifully to the whole undersea kind of vibe and throw off splashes of color throughout the year. And then we've got, you know, this French drain that runs all the way down the back. So we need to leave this, the 18 inches from the house open, which is going to give me hives tomorrow as we're rocking, because I'm going to feel like something needs to go there. But I need to remember, no, remind me if I forget that we need to keep this open. The client doesn't want plants on top of her drain, which makes perfect sense. So, yes, big fun. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for the grand reveal. You're not going to want to miss it. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with Kevin and Mel and Miguel and Hannah and Greg saying thanks so much for following, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.